Thank you guys for coming. Have you ever failed at something very important? Man, I've done it so many times I've stopped counting. But one is etched in my memory forever. It was 1973. Most of you were not alive in 73. I was a senior at Oklahoma State University, Donnie. They had called me in the first semester. Donnie's one of my friends from OSU, so I'm back there. They had called me in to meet my new advisor the first part of the first semester. I wanted to check my major to make sure that I had the hours so I could graduate the next semester. He called me in and starts looking over my records, and he said, "You're in advertising, right?" I said, "Yeah. You have a lot of radio, TV, broadcasting courses here." I said, "Yeah, my previous advisor said they counted electives. And as you may remember, or you may know, you have to have the proper balance of majors and electives so that you're a well-balanced person, okay?" And he said, "Well, you know what? Your previous guy was wrong. These all count toward your major. And so all of a sudden, I'm way out of line." And he said, "Mr. Yoder, the only way you can graduate next semester, when I was supposed to graduate, was if you take 21 hours of electives your last semester." And I said, "Son of a biscuit eater, are you serious?" He said, "Damn serious, bud." I said, "I'm working 3 jobs already." But I said, "Okay," and I signed myself up for 21 hours of electives. And I braced myself for a brutal damn semester. 4 of the hours were theater directing. I had already taken some production classes, lighting, stage design, and had done very well. And I thought, this will probably be the same. I will knock this out of the park. This will be great. I was so wrong. I had no idea how high this mountain was that I was going to climb in this class, and the fact that when I got close to it, I was going to be hit by a level 5 avalanche and pushed right back down to the bottom. The first day in Dr. Vivian Locke's class, the Grand Dame of Theater, she said, "I'd like to see a show of hands of everybody here who's a theater major." And everybody's hand went up but mine. And she turned to me and said, "What are you majoring in?" And I said, "Advertising." And she turned pale. And she said, "Why are you here?" I said, "I kind of thought this might help me in directing TV commercials." She turned gray. It would have been better if I had said, "I'm really here because I want to burn the theater down." Or if I want to date theater girls because they're easy. They are, by the way. Or if I wanted to say, I want to rewrite Shakespeare's Julius Caesar, it would have been better for me. Needless to say, it wasn't. It was horrific. I flunked composition, I flunked blocking, I flunked acting charisma, I flunked everything. It was terrible, but I'll tell you one thing, my friends, I am not a coward because I really thought I could just get out of here and bail on this. But I remember the line from Julius Caesar that says, "Cowards die many times before their death. Valiant taste death but once." Now, I did not know how valiant I was, but I know I'm damn sure not a coward. And said, I'm going to muster on with this. But it was going badly. And I fought my way through the semester, and then we came up to the final. The final was really simple. You just had to pick a play, pick a scene, cast it, and direct it. basically do everything. I thought to myself, okay, what one play do I know in the world? And it turned out to be one I was in when I was a junior in high school. Born Yesterday. Written by Garth Eliason. Everybody here knows Garth Eliason, right? No. And there's a reason why you've never heard of Garth Eliason. He wrote a play about a junk dealer who makes it big in junk. God's honest truth. I picked that for a play. I later learned that Dr. Locke hated that play. This mountain was just getting taller and taller. I cast one of my best buddies as the leading man because he was kind of good looking and he volunteered to do it. He had no acting experience, but he said he would give it the old college try. I thought, that's good. I cast a young lady to be the leading actress who was the theater critic for the Daily Ocala newspaper. I thought it would be good for her to see theater from this side. You know? I later learned Dr. Locke hated her too. We get together, get working, they start memorizing lines, I start working on the blocking, I start working on my directing, and I'm starting to feel kind of good about this because it's actually kind of coming together. And I'm thinking, yes, this is gonna work. I'm gonna graduate. Because this is 2/3 of my grade, I can make up, hopefully, for all that other stuff. Dreams are so fleeting. We come into the final, everybody walks into the Saratine Center, the big theater at OSU. I get up on stage, I introduce my play. Vivian kind of smirks when I introduce Born Yesterday. I introduce my leading actor, my leading actress. She again shakes her head. I go back where I belong, up in the lighting booth. And as soon as I pull on the lights, and those bright lights hit my leading man, stone cold. He forgot everything. And he starts roaming the stage, looking for the line, blocking out the window. And he's walking around the stage, and my actress is following him, trying to feed him the lines, and he ain't picking it up. I guess he's either looking for junk to sell, or trying to think that maybe the lines have dropped from the sky onto the stage. Needless to say, about this time, the light board in front of me starts talking to me. It says, Mr. Yoder, pull the lights, show some mercy to the audience and to yourself. You know, there's also a back door to this theater. You can slip out that door and disappear forever, and we will all be grateful. Needless to say, I did not take the latter advice, but I did take the former advice, and I pulled the dimmer switch down and the lights went down when they had finished. They were giving up looking. I don't know what it was, but it was one or the other. Now, one lesson that Vivian Locke had told us early on that I still remember to this day was that if you ever see a very, very, very bad play, and you're at the after party, and somebody comes up to you and says, hey, what did you think of our show? If you've got nothing to say about it, just say, it was very interesting. Very interesting. And exit stage right, which is actually over here, okay? I come down out of the light booth. My actor and actresses come down and sit next to me. And I've got that hangdog look. I am not one that, I do not have a poker face. I sit down in the Saratine Center seat. Dr. Locke turns around to me and says, very interesting, Mr. Yoder. Very interesting. And about that time, I'm thinking, okay, how do I tell my friends and family that I am not going to graduate this year? And I'm going to come back to Stillwater for another semester. Because I am doomed. I am doomed. I leave the theater. 2 days later, I get a phone call. It's Dr. Locke's assistant. She said, could you come in? Dr. Locke would like to sit down and talk to you. I'm thinking, oh, Jesus. She wants to tell me how bad this is going to be in person, because I'm the one that said I was an advertising major. You know? And I walk in, and to her credit, she sets me down there and says, how important is it that you graduate, that you pass, if you don't graduate, that you pass this class? Because she didn't know that. And I said, well, here's the deal. I told the story about the advisor and that I need all these 21 hours of electives. I've been going crazy working 3 jobs, and oh my God. And she said, well, you know, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. And at that moment, another line from Julius Caesar struck me. Men at times are the masters of their own destiny. And I said, this is my time. I am not going to be a coward here. And I looked at her. I looked her right in the eye. I leaned in and I said, Dr. Locke, if I don't graduate, if I fail this class and I don't graduate, I promise you one thing. If I come back here next year, I will take this class again. Boom! I got a C. I graduated on time, and I went on to write and produce and direct some award-winning TV commercials. But I don't think she'd really care about that, because she was just damn glad to see me gone. Thank you.